Hello and welcome to the DNB stand here on the Prolight and Sound in Frankfurt 2016. I'm Tim Frühwirth. I'm from the Education and Application Support Department in the home base located in Backnang, and I just want to give you a short introduction into our trade show stand here. Yeah, so on this side, the first part of the stand is of course showing the portfolio of DNB systems. So on this side we have nearly every loudspeaker system from DNB available here. So starting with small systems, going to all the big systems as well. And one really big magnet for our guests is this new one, point source here, the V7P, in this dedicated fair trade mode. We opened the sites that the technicians can also have a look into a loudspeaker, which is usually not happening when they are working with a loudspeaker. So this is definitely a magnet and something which is interesting for the people. Yeah. Below there we have subwoofers as well of all systems from DNB, J series, Y series, V series, smaller point source loudspeakers, and also in different modes. So for the touring purpose, for a rental business, touring purpose, or also for installation purpose, for fixed installation purpose. But there's also one new thing. It's not just the installation, it's also the integration of DNB systems into, for example, fixed installation applications for voice evacuation. And therefore we also have a very new station here on the stand, which is showing more the integrative part or integrative side of DNB systems and how you can integrate DNB systems in fixed installations and also to use them with third-party devices. Let's go there. Yeah, so what we introduced this year also is a kind of application example how you could integrate DNB systems into fixed installation applications, and also to use third-party controls, for example, to connect to DNB systems. Here we have a rack with different devices, with our installation amplifiers, with a D6 amplifier from the former generation, also signal distributions, and also control systems to trigger, for example, different amp presets in our system, to switching on systems, switching them on, changing the levels of systems, or for example, integrate them into a kind of, or not a kind of, into voice evacuation systems. So for example, we have this nice button here, which then will trigger a kind of alarm set, just to make this clear. And then we also have this third-party system from Beckhoff, which also can talk to DNB systems right now over our OCA Ethernet protocol to control DNB systems as well, and to integrate them more user-friendly, maybe on a touch screen panel somewhere in the wall. And this is a very new part also this year on the Prolight and Sound here in Frankfurt. And now I would say we will have a look at the workflow station, which is one of the most integrative parts here on our Fairtrade booth. It's directly in the middle, and I can show you the workflow. Yeah, one very important part in the DNB system reality is the workflow, the DNB workflow. And the DNB workflow starts with designing a system. And this is nicely shown here in the center of our stand, where we have this kind of workflow bar. We have several computers for try and play around with this workflow, how this will work, to get guests in touch with our workflow. So it starts with array calc on the right side, where you design your systems, where you design line arrays, where you can simulate line arrays. Then you save your project and you can nicely transfer it onto our R1 remote control software, which then will happen here. And when you have created your remote control software project, your kind of customized remote control surface for a DNB system, you can simply transfer it to the amplifiers. So it's with a few clicks, the whole information out of your remote control software is transferred into the DNB system, and the whole system knows, or every amplifier knows, which kind of loudspeaker should be driven, or what kind of settings were simulated. Also very important is the array processing. We have one dedicated screen here on the right which displays the functionality of the array processing functions with which is also part of the DNB system reality right now. So with array processing, you can really nicely adapt with line arrays the acoustical performance to the venue, to the dedicated venue where you are at on the venue of the day. And on the other hand, we can also look to the very new feature which was launched today. This is Noisecard, a very new software in cooperation with Soundplan. DNB and Soundplan created a far field simulation or prediction tool to predict far field distribution of a DNB system. So I would say we will have a look there as well. Sorry, Jones?
Yes.
Yeah, so Noisecard, the very new far field simulation software, will be presented here on these nice screens, just to give the user a little bit of first picture on what is happening. Noisecard will simulate DNB systems out of an array calc project on a 3D plot where we can also import different topographical data, and then Noisecard can simulate how the propagation of our sound system on site will be, and this is very helpful for the user at the end, or also for a sound engineer to figure out how far can I go with my levels without disturbing the neighborhood, for example. Yeah, and that's for the stand right now.